Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to LSL 25 for round 2. I am once again NM, joined by Fusion, and seeing the rosters here for IRS versus Josephalopod, Joestarfish.
Oh man, these are some team names.
Yes.
I can't. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen IRS before, but Josephalopod, Joestarfish. Oh my god, what a bizarre name that is. The IRS has already captured Tax Fraud, who's making up one of the members on their roster. We're gonna be seeing them round 2 here of LSL 25. First, looks like the first map that we're going to be seeing is Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard. Any thoughts on this one?
Tower Control Sturgeon is a classic map, of course, coming from Splatoon 2. What we might see here is, of course, going on that right side, which the tower goes on. It is really easy for chargers to either stay at the start on that sniping advantage point, or to go on that right perch spot and snipe from there. Chargers are definitely going to be very nice on this map, of course, if they don't get flanked. So we might see some E-Leader, maybe Splat Charger, of course, having also that Ink Vac too, also being a good tower option. So backlines are definitely going to have a good time on this map.
Yeah, and while that's an option, of course, things that can do chip damage like machine or blasters or just any close range threat could certainly do a lot of work here as well. Hopping right into it, we're going to be beginning the match, as you say, that pretty standard count coming out on the side of IRS here, while we've got the Squeezer on the other side. Nearly, not nearly identical, but very similar comps coming out on both sides. Happy to see the Squeezer with that Splash Wall and Zuka. Very interesting pick, and already the Charger on the side of Joesephalopod Jojo has gotten a snipe, and that's going to give a boost to Jojo. Yeah, God, that's going to give a boost to Jojo's push here at the start.
Yeah, that is going to get a boost over to JoJo's, especially picking off that Charger 2, as we see the Squeezer actually trying to take some positioning over here, getting some pain on the ground, seeing the Booyah Bomb come at the right side. They do have their Trizuka still at the ready, waiting for Sun to go down as they're pushing in here, but they can't find anything with that Trizuka. That doesn't matter. They're going to get a flank on that Crab Tank, picking off Anakin as the Squeezer is trying to go on that right side. The Charger is alone, but they get picked off by the Splat Bomb, but not before the Charger getting picked off too, as they get that second checkpoint with the big bubbler taking it down too. They're pushing like crazy here.
Oh my god, it's been them all on offense, and they don't even have time to touch the tower. They need to get on it, but they're not going to be on it in time. Jojo with a really dominant push there. They just kept up the pressure. That big flank on the Crab Tank let them get into the enemy base, and they just kept attacking. Really great, quick knockout from Jojo there.
Yeah, no, as we saw, once they got that initial push, it was pretty much over from there. Even if they're trying to pull stuff like that, Crab Tank could have been really brutal. But of course, the Squeezer coming from that side didn't do it a whole lot of favors. And then from there, it just snowballed. So many players on the side of IRS getting picked off, while Jojo just kept going in, kept pushing in, getting those picks. And from there, it was pretty much just GG's. But they can play it back here on Splatzone's Inkblot.
Yeah, I mean, with the momentum that Jojo was putting forward, something like Splat Zones, where you kind of need to take it at a bit of a slower pace, perhaps slow down your play, be able to hold areas more than constantly push up, may provide a kind of different pace here to this match of IRS versus Jojo.
Yeah, of course, they might want to have that Booyah Bomb option. It is a pretty nice thing, but of course that tower in mid is going to make it a little bit challenging for a Booyah Bomb. But on the left or the right, it's still going to be really good. So Machine will be a pretty nice option here. Maybe Hydra if they're feeling like it. We did see a Charger, so maybe they do play Splatlings too. I don't know, but of course they're definitely gonna want pain. They're definitely gonna want painting options. Big Bubbler with the Junior is gonna be really good for that. Allow him to protect his own, but also painting it very efficiently. So that's gonna be a really nice option for them too. But as I am talking, we are getting into this second match here. Let's see what comps they're running as we see a Range Blaster coming out. No Junior this time. Yeah, no, and on the other side, they have a junior. They're keeping pretty much with the same comp. Flat Charger, Splash, Squeezer, and Junior.
Yeah, the IRS is gonna come knocking on your door with that wave breaker from the range blaster as already Rem and mid trying to set up some pressure, tossing bombs, doing their best to keep Jojo back. Already the momentum being kind of slowed down. Very nice pick coming out from members of IRS there as they begin to paint the zone, and it looks like they were nearly able to get that first cap, but just in time. Jojo pops some specials, the crab tank, the bubble, and suddenly the tides of battle have shifted, and it's 2 down on the side of IRS. They're going to have to back up yet again. They have this Zuka, but they're going to end up jumping out before the situation gets too bad.
Yeah, no, Jojo has a pretty nice lock on that zone. As we see, the machine is trying to push back in. Has the Booyah Bomb at the ready. Gonna pop it off, but can they take that right area? That's definitely gonna want to aim it as they do. But are they gonna be able to take the zone here? 2 down on the side of IRS. Not looking good, but Stripes gets picked off. It is a 2v2 here. The Squeezer is getting pushed up here by the machine, but the machine is actually gonna back out. But still, they got the zone. They want to keep it for a while longer to get that lead.
Yeah, and I think something really important IRS needs to do is just keep that pressure up, backing up completely from the Charger in a pretty neutral situation. Otherwise, kind of cost them a lot of ground there. Very nice crab tank coming out from one of the members of Jojo here. It's going to get two more picks, going to clean up the left side of the map, and Zigzam's going to continue pushing up onto the enemy plat. And now that bubble from the junior, very aggressive, and is going to be able to apply even more pressure. But unfortunately, they're going to go down, which means IRS has a chance to strike back.
They have the opportunity here again with those free specials. We see the Trizuka coming out. I'm not sure if they got any picks, but that is the Charger down. We have the Wave Breaker and the Booyah Bomb. That's going to be free now on their side. It's just the Squeezer who has to jump out of there. IRS at the zone again, but they got to apply that pressure to make sure that Jojo can't find a way back in.
Yeah, of course, with the range blaster and machine, you kind of need to support their paint. If it's just them two, they might run out quickly, but not if they find those picks. That vacuum's going to make it hard for them to do anything, but it's going to run out before they're able to do much. Tax Fraud trying to stay alive. They're able to get a pick, but that's 2 down on IRS. The clock is ticking. The crab tank is going to stall it. This could be the lead for IRS as they continue to hold the zone, and Jojo is still having a hard time getting back in, but finally, some paint going back in their direction as a couple of very nice snipes coming out from Saphira are gonna give them back that zone.
Yeah, no, really great snipes. Of course, watching those jumps and seeing those static positions coming out from the shot, able to pick them off, as IRS has got to try to push back in because they don't have that big of a penalty on the side of Jojo, so they got to make sure they get back in there. Big bubble on that right side is going to expire as Rem is trying to push in, trying to see if they can get anybody down, but behind them is the junior, but the junior gets picked off here. Wave Breaker on that zone. They're trying to push in, but they get picked off. The lead is going to go back to Jojo. The Splash is on that right side, picks off the other Splash that's free down. It is just Tax Fraud left alive. He's pretty much keeping that position for his team, but no, he's going to jump back. IRS has got to find a way to push in, or else that's going to be the set going over to Jojo.
Trying to make something happen in the last second here, but it's not going to happen. Jojo's going to finish that off and take that set. A really quick 2-0 coming out.
Really quick 2-0 coming out from Jojo. Congrats to both teams. So they did pull off really good stuff on both sides and at many points in the match. But of course, Jojo was the one to keep it for long enough and take the set going on to the 3rd round. But of course, with that being said, we are going to be taking a short break here as we move on to the next round of Top Cut. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere, as we will be right back with a short break.